Hey, how is it going? It is your muscle building coach, Lee Hayward here, with the second part of my New Year's Get Back in Shape workout routine. Now, the way this program works is we're going to be doing 3 total body workouts per week, but each workout is a different routine, focusing on different exercises. So over the course of the week, you're going to get a lot of different training variety. See, one of the drawbacks with a lot of total body workouts is people do the exact same thing every single time they go to the gym, so you don't get a lot of training variety. But with this program, you're getting training variety because we're doing different exercises for your muscle groups. So I've got it written out here for you. I typed out, this is the total body workout number 2. And what we're going to do now, I'll just take you through the whole workout. So first off, I want you to start off with some cardio, just like we did before in the previous video. Now, if you haven't watched that previous video, then I'll have a link to it in the cards. I'll have a link to it down in the video description. You go check out that video first, and then you can come back and watch this one because they go together. The first one is the first workout. This is the second workout. So start off with some cardio. There's all the cardio machines back there. I really don't care what you do. You could do some treadmill, you could do some elliptical, you could do some rower. If possible, do something that works the total body. Like, I personally like the rowing machine. That's one of my favorites. But for a beginner who's just trying to get back in shape, you could do the elliptical, you could do the treadmill. Just do something to get your heart rate elevated, warm up your body, get your core temperature elevated, because it's winter time, it's cold out. Like, you don't want to be working out a cold body. You want to warm it up, right? Get some blood flow and circulation going before you actually do some weight training. After your weight training, do some mobility exercises. Now, I'm not going to go in and show you all the different mobility exercises because I covered that in the previous video. If you haven't seen them already, go back and watch that previous video. But I want you to do those same mobility exercises again. So you warm up your neck, your shoulders, your core, your hips, your knees, all that stuff. Do that. And then we're going to get into the actual weight training. So that's what I'm going to take you through right now. We're up here at Platinum Gym, 292 Conception Bay Highway, CBS. Give a shout out to Platinum Gym. Those guys are awesome. That's where I train. That's where I've been training for the past several years. If you are in Conception Bay, South Newfoundland, train at Platinum Gym. It's the best place. Now, first exercise, we're going to do a horizontal back fly. So we're going to do some work for the rear delts. And this one here, this is a pec deck that also works as a reverse pec deck. So you got these handle thingies up here. Shit, I'm trying to do it with holding the camera in one hand. Move it into the back like this. And where is it? Same over here. Move it in, move it in, move it in. There we go. Now it's turned around and it's a reverse fly. So you can do that one. It's a great exercise for the rear delts, the upper back. And I want you to do 3 sets of 15 reps. So start off light, just get used to the exercise, go through the motions, make sure you're comfortable with it, and then increase the weight with each set, making sure to feel the muscles working and contracting. This is a rear delt upper back exercise. It's not a power move, it's an isolation move. So don't go too crazy with the weight. Focus on really feeling those muscles squeeze and contract with each repetition. And again, focus on 15 reps per set. Now, if you don't have access to this type of pec deck station, you can do another exercise instead, and that is a band pull apart. So for this, all you need is a rubber resistance band. You can use this and do band pull aparts. So it's basically the exact same exercise, just using rubber resistance bands for resistance. So you can do that instead. And that's a great alternative. Again, it isolates the rear delts, works the upper back. Great exercise. Do either one of those, reverse pec deck fly or the band pull apart. Then we're going to do the regular pec deck fly for the chest. So I want you to do the same machine again. So coming back here to the pec deck. Now put it back to the way it was before. So take those handles and you swing those suckers all the way out. There. So you set it up so it is a regular chest pec deck. Start off light, do 15 repetitions, increase the weight for each set for 3 total sets of 15 reps. And again, this is an isolation exercise for the chest, so don't go super heavy with the weight. Like going too heavy with pec deck flies and stuff like that, you could probably screw up your shoulders, and you don't want to do that. So go moderate, really try and feel the muscles work and contract, and don't go too crazy with the weight. If you don't have access to a pec deck machine, like let's say you're training at a really crappy gym and they don't have the basic machines that you want, or maybe you're training in a home gym and you're very limited, then you could do a dumbbell fly instead. Now, if you are going to use the dumbbell fly, you have to be extra careful with it because there is a greater risk of injury using a dumbbell fly versus the pec deck fly. With dumbbells, obviously it's free weights, so they can twist and move, and they're not in a set plane of motion like a machine exercise, such as the pec deck. You'll notice with the pec deck, there's constant tension from start to finish throughout the entire range of motion. Whereas with the dumbbell fly, you get the majority of the tension in the bottom range of motion when your arms are out to the side and your chest is stretched. And then as you lift the dumbbells up, there's actually less tension on the chest. So due to the nature of the exercise, it's primarily a stretch move. And while this is beneficial, it also increases your risk of injury if you're not careful. When you're doing dumbbell flies, be extra cautious, use good form, slow and controlled tempo, start off light and lift within your means, and only increase the weights when you feel comfortable in doing so. Moving down the body, we're going to do some legs. So we're going to do a leg extension. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy about this exercise. Like some people say, oh, leg extensions are bad on the knees. And I really don't think it's the exercise, but more about how you do the movement. If you use proper weight, you lift within your means, and you actually use a muscular contraction to squeeze the weight up versus trying to heave and jerk and swing the weight up using too much weight, obviously your risk of injury is much lower. And this applies to any exercise, not just the leg extension. So this is a phenomenal exercise to really isolate and work that entire quadricep muscle. And I'm a big fan of it. I love to do it with every single leg workout. I actually find it's great for a warm-up for the knee. So, I mean, sometimes if I'm going to be doing heavier exercises like squats or leg presses, I'll do leg extensions prior to that as a knee warm-up and to pre-exhaust the quadriceps beforehand. But in this beginner's workout, we're using it as our primary quadricep exercise. And again, 3 sets, 15 reps, start off light, increase the weight with each set, and there you go. Next one, leg curls. Now, we've got a couple different variations. You might have a seated leg curl or a lying leg curl. Either one's acceptable depending on what you have available at your gym. Here at Platinum Fitness, we've got both. Now, the leg curl is primarily going to work the hamstrings, which are the back of the legs, the leg biceps. I mean, just like you got biceps in your arms that curl your arms, you got biceps in your legs, which are the hamstrings that curl your legs. And you'll notice with all of the exercises we're doing in this workout, we're working agonist and antagonist muscle groups. So we started off with the reverse pec deck to work the rear delts and the upper back. Then we did the regular pec deck to work the chest. Did the leg extensions to work the quadriceps, leg curls to work the hamstrings. And this is going to help to keep everything in balance and proportion and reduce your risk of injury. Next, we are going to do some side lateral raises for the shoulders. Now, you got a couple variations. If you have access to this machine that I'm going to show you, I recommend it. It is the side lateral raise machine right here. Now, the thing I like about the side lateral raise machine is it allows you to lift heavy weight with good form. Because you're doing the exercise seated with the machine and you're basically braced in place, it's a lot harder to cheat and swing and use momentum versus if you're standing and doing the same thing with dumbbells. Now, you can still do dumbbell lateral raises. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm a fan of the machine variation because you can generally lift heavier, stricter, and really push yourself with this exercise and do so with good form. So again, if you have access to it, by all means, take advantage of it. If you don't, dumbbells are fine. Another good one that I like is using rubber resistance bands. Rubber resistance bands for the shoulders. It gives you a nice, unique form of tension on the shoulders, right? Like as you're lifting the weight up, or it's not necessarily weight, as you're stretching the band up, if you will, you get a really good peak contraction. So it's a great variation. But either one of those, whether you're using the side lateral raise machine, dumbbell lateral raise, or the rubber resistance band lateral raise, do one of those variations for your shoulders. Then we're going to finish off with some core work. Now, in this one, I recommend doing some leg raises. Now, you could use this right here, which is a leg raise station. You can do that. If you don't have access to a leg raise station, then you can just do lying leg raises on the floor. Just literally lie on the floor and do leg raises that way. And that will work the abdominals When you do leg raises, you're primarily working more of the lower abs, also getting a bit of the hip flexor in there as well. So it's a great ab variation. And most people find the lower abs is the hardest area to work. It's like that's kind of like the stubborn area of the abs. So it's always good to include some direct lower ab work. And that concludes the weight training workout. After this, go back up and do some cardio as a cool down if you have time. Cardio post-workout is a great way to not only cool down the body, get rid of that lactic acid buildup, but it's good for burning stubborn body fat. And chances are, if you want to get back in shape in 2020, losing body fat is probably part of that. So post-workout cardio, 10, 20 minutes after your training, great way to tap in and burn some of that body fat. So there you go. That is part 2 of the workout series. And again, if you haven't already done so, make sure to go back and watch the previous part 1, because that one lays out another total body workout using different exercises. So again, go check that one out. Day 1, you're going to do the first workout. On your off day, you're going to do some cardio. Go get outside, go for a walk, come to the gym, do cardio, but you're going to do some sort of cardiovascular exercise on your off days from weight training. And then on your next weight training workout, you're going to do this one, right? This is workout 2. Then on the next day after that, you're going to do some more cardio. And then on the third day, you will follow the third workout, which I'll be posting very soon. So stay tuned to the Total Fitness Bodybuilding YouTube channel for that video. If you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe. Click that bell button notification thing so that you get notified whenever I add new videos. And give this video a like if you like it. And leave your comments and feedback down below. I'll like chatting with you down there. And I'll be talking to you in my next video coming soon. Take care. Over and out.